was a really sweet movie. It feels like fall in many ways. It has kind of a soft autumnal feeling to it, and I love the love it has for music too. It really comes across. Did you two bond over any music like your characters did, or another shared passion just throughout production for either of you?
I think to be honest, the one thing that we bonded over was both trying to learn our instruments and being so stressed. Like we used to hang out downstairs and because like at the time I was playing a lot of keys and she had to learn keys in this. And then I had to learn guitar and I was just like not really great at guitar. And we would bond over just being like, oh man, how are we gonna do this? But we wound up pulling it together somehow, some way.
You didn't ask like, can you write these instruments differently for our characters? No.
No, we
We
just
asked it
tried to
all.
make it work.
They're like, no, we're not changing a thing. You have to do it like this. So,
But you know what? Like honestly, we got it, and it looked really good. Like I feel like the overall like the guitar playing and the keys playing looked really awesome.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the bond you had through it came across. It was really sweet, and the romance too. Like you don't see a lot of supernatural romance. I guess in the YA genre you do. Um, but do either of you have sort of a favorite anything within this lane that you're like practically a proselytizer for that you tell people you have to check this out? This is one of my favorite things. Anything that's either supernatural or romantic or a combination of the two. Peyton, starting.
Mm. I can't think of a supernatural one off the top of my head. I'm sure there are ones, but I just think of the movie 13 going on 30. That is one of my favorite movies ever. um, which is so basic, but I just love the her going back and um, I don't know. Yeah.
Man, I have one that's really good, but like it's like so intense and it's like really sad to be honest. But like, have you ever seen Blue Valentine? That's always
Yeah,
my I'm like,
yeah.
you have to watch Blue Valentine. I love that movie, but it's so intense. It's so sad. Every time I watch it, I just ugly cry. There's
Yeah,
nothing
I've
I can
heard
do.
that you shouldn't watch it unless you want to break up with the person that you're dating at the moment. So I watched it in a
Right, they're like, why did you recommend it?
Yeah. It's so good though. It's such a good movie, but it's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. So this is kind of random, but Michael, I'm curious because it's such a specific name. I mean, you're probably aware of the famous director Michael
Yeah,
Cimino. Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
ever think like, should I change my name? Did you ever have that sort of
Actually, yeah,
conversation?
I totally did. Yeah, I was gonna use my first and middle name, which I won't say on here because my middle name, just should I don't like my middle name that much. But um yeah, like I wanted to originally change my name because every time you'd search me up, like it wouldn't come up, especially when I was like first starting out. But I just decided to just keep my name. Like this is who I know myself as, and I just didn't really want to change that, you know?
That's awesome. Yeah. Um, there's a lot people mistake me for a Christian musician named Matt Maher. So hey, whatever. Who knows?
That's
Um,
funny.
yeah. So Peyton, I mean, you have even more experience in the spectral realm now. Would you say there's some approach or some trait or quality to your character B here that also applies to your character in School Spirits? Whether it's like a sense of melancholy or innocence, something that is specific to that sort of supernatural realm.
I think they couldn't be more different. I think the only thing they have in common is that no one can see them. And that's a fun thing to play. Just everyone getting yelled at. Do not look at Peyton. Do not make eye contact with her. That is about all that we have in common. Um, yeah, they could not be more different. I think B is a lot more optimistic, and has a lot more energy than Maddie. But yeah, it's weird. I definitely did not intentionally want to play two characters that, you know, have that similarity. It just sort of happened that way. I just loved both scripts right around the same time.
No, it's very different. You know, Maddie's more cynical, and I do love B. Did you sort of learn those flapper moves when you're teaching him? What is it, the Charleston? How what was that process like? That was a fun scene.
Oh, so fun. I just was going down my whole YouTube for a bit was just all 1920s dancing and music, and it was a really fun era to study, and we worked with a choreographer on it, and um yeah, I love how just like loose and goofy it is.
And Miko, what was sort of your favorite part of making this movie? Any certain scene that stands out? Flapping your arms too.
I mean, no, to be honest, like I think my favorite scene is like Cole and B's goodbye at the museum. Um, I think that that was just like really like one of our first times, like kind of like we it was like still early on in production, so we technically filmed that like way before we filmed a lot of the other stuff, right? Yeah, it was, or was it kind of in the middle? I think it was kind of towards the beginning, but like it was just so fun to like bounce off of Peyton and like really have like a fun scene, and I feel like that was really cool.
And I love the final shot of the film too. It's beautiful, sad, optimistic, in weirdly different ways. Very beautiful. I guess finally, I'd be remiss without asking if there's anything you're excited for fans to see Peyton with season 2 of School Spirits, or anything that excited you particularly about new storylines or new people.
Yeah, there's two new cast members who I'm really excited about, and this actress Jess Gabor, who I worked with really closely this season because I'm playing two characters, and she's just so talented and brings so much. It really the second season it has multiple genres going on. It really took like a thriller, a much darker sort of suspense, and it was fun to play, and we had really fun directors, and they just brought a whole new energy to it. Craig Johnson, who did Skeleton Twins, he came, and um, everyone's just so fun to collaborate with. I'm really excited for the season. I think it's going to be even better.
I love Skeleton Twins. Well, thank you both very much for discussing this. It's a really sweet movie, and yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thanks, dude.
Well, thank you. Thanks for
Have a
watching.
great rest of your week. Thanks.